Welcome everyone. This is Ageless Balance. I'm Ron. Let's get started with some. Let's start up with just this right here. Just some walking, marching, opposite arm, opposite leg. Start taking some deep breaths. Make sure that everything's moving forward. Get the arms moving and the legs moving. Talked to somebody who said their arms and legs don't move together like this. Said they're not a jock. This really is just helps you with balance. It helps you with endurance. Arms moving as the legs move, opposite arm, opposite leg, keeps you going. The arms help with that momentum as much as the legs do. And up and back. All right, right here, little tiny squat, shallow, and bring the arms up. As high as is comfortable for you right now. First time we've done it. Take it easy. Give those shoulders a chance to warm up and exhale as you come down. Let's do it again. Roll the hips, come up underneath, arms up over the top. Deep breath in and exhale back down. One more just to give those shoulders a chance to warm up, get some more oxygen into the bloodstream. Deep breath in through the nose, stomach out, and exhale, bringing the arms down. We're going to take a step back. We're going to just step back for a moment. Back and up, opposite arm, opposite leg. You can do it backwards too. Left leg, right arm, back and back. As you go back, bring the arms back. Extend at the elbows and bring it back in again. Other side, elbows back. Triceps kick back, working those muscles in the back of the upper arm. Warming them up. Don't lock those elbows up. Make sure that you're keeping just a little bit of bend in them. And forward one more time. Back, out, in, and down. Forward lunges. Let's go the other way with it. Take it out front. Push off that heel and bring it back in. Other side, out. Driving off that heel. Bring it back. Out. And back. Take your time. Take your time. Easy stuff here. Just getting warmed up. Out. And in, out, and in, step out, stay right there, arm up over the top, going into a side bend over that extended front leg. So I've got my right leg out, left arm comes up over the top. Again, deep breath in, get a little extra stretch by filling up the lungs. Bring the arm down, bring the leg back in, other side, step forward, knee is over the ankle, feet are parallel, bring that arm up over the top. And all you're doing is stretching right up that side, all the way up that extended side, from the little finger all the way down to the hip. And bring it back in again. All right, out to the side we go. Step out, little bit of a side lunge, and back in, other side out. And push up. Fit. Foot stays flat on the floor. As you do that, right there, solid. This leg solid. As you push up, that foot stays flat on the floor. And then you drive it right straight up and bring it in. Out. Butt goes right straight back. Getting a little deeper each time. Butt goes back a little farther. A little more stretch in the hamstrings and the inner thighs. Back and up. Back and bring it up. Wide set right here. We're going to push the butt right straight out back. And hamstrings here, back of the upper thighs, roll the hips, push up. Feet are staying flat on the floor. Everything's pointed forward. Knees stay over the ankles. Don't let them collapse. Push back. Roll the hips and push up through, bringing the arms into this, going into a good morning. Bring the arms down. Shoulder blades stay back. Chest is out. Roll the hips and up over the top. Rolling the shoulder blades back, feeling the stretch through the front of the shoulders as well as the chest. Back down, roll the hips, bring the arms up overhead. Deep breath in. One more time. We're also going to go into, from right here, we're going to go into a side bend with this wide stance. Take it down. See if you can get just a little deeper than you did last time. Using that lower hand, just maybe to give a little pull, a little bit, not too much. Back up on top, over to the other side, same thing. Keep the spine in alignment. The ear is on the inside of the upper arm. Keeping that spine straight. So all you're doing is bending it on the side. Bring it up overhead and down. And step it in. We're going to take right here, forward lunge, and do a rotation, arms out to the sides. So bringing the shoulders stay in a straight line. As you rotate, bring them around as far as you can. Feel the stretch, especially in that arm in the back. And then rotate the torso along with it, getting a little deeper, keeping that front leg flat on the floor. Knee is right over the ankle. Back in, arms down, other side, same thing. Feet are parallel, arms out to the side. Find your balance, find your alignment, knee over the ankle, and rotate the shoulders first. Keep looking right straight forward. Feel the stretch through the arms. Then rotate the torso to go with it, getting just a little bit deeper into it. Again, don't let that knee collapse. And bring it on back to center. Arms down, step jacks out to the side. Arms up overhead, push off, other side, out and in. Out, get those arms up as high as is comfortable for you as you bring them up and over. And you may not be able to get them all the way up. You may be right here. If that's what your shoulders say is right for you, that's what you do. Up and back, up and back. Or maybe not even the shoulders at all today. Maybe just step out and push back, out and in, or into a jumping jack. Nice and easy. Up to you, your exercise class. Forward lunge, arms out. We're going with the progression here. Straight out, roll the shoulders, push up through that front leg. Rolling the shoulder blades back, chest is out. Get them back. I want you to take and weight shift back into that back leg. A little hyperextension, get that chest just a little more stretched out, those shoulders. And down, other side. Out, knees in over the ankle, bring the arms out, keeping the back straight. So all you're doing is rolling the shoulders out and then pushing through that front leg. Weight shift into that back leg, foot's flat on the floor. Arms back as far as you can get them. Deep breath in, exhale, and bring it back down. Again, going into a slow march, just up and up. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Looking at balance here, finding that foot, getting full surface area with it, with the floor. Ball the foot to the heel, inside to outside, up. See if you can get that knee just a little bit higher. Don't bring the knee out to the side. Be really careful with that right up front, just like how you would walk. We're exaggerating that movement, strengthening the muscles to lift that leg straight up without pushing ourselves over and up. Hold, and other side. Feel this in the ankle, foot, legs. Everything's working together to keep you right over that stationary leg. One more time, up and down. Arms out to the sides. Knee up, roll the shoulders, tap the knee, and bring it back down. Knee comes up, rotates. So all you're doing is taking that foot, rolling it out, and then coming across with the leg only. That leg comes over, hips don't turn, and reach. How far you can get that knee over is really, it doesn't matter how far that comes over. What you want is to find that balance. See if you can get that knee just to turn out, opening up that hip, stretching out the muscles in that hip, warming it up, getting some fluid in there, around and across, up and over. Whoa, up and over. One last time. Bring it up, bring it over. Arms overhead, high knee. Bring it down as you bring the knee up. Take the hands, push back up again. Roll the hands pointing down and palms up, palms down. Squeeze it all together right here in the middle. Hold and back up as high as you can get your knee. That's all you need. Maybe it's only coming up. Maybe you need to tap the toe as you do it. And you're not getting that leg up. That's okay. You don't do what other people do. You do what's right for you, what is possible for you, what you feel safe doing and comfortable. Up and down. One last time. Up, roll it, and push it back up. Arms down, calf raises, just bringing those heels up off the floor. Find your balance with it. They don't have to come up very high. Find that place where the ball of the foot is on the floor. Full contact inside to outside of the ball of the foot. Little toe to great toe. Up. Keep a bend in the knee. And as you come up, bring the arms up. Shoulder blades are back. Open up the chest. And back down again. Sweep up the sides this time. So feet up. Arms up. And back down. Finding my balance. To the front again. Bring them up. Heels up. Arms up. And back down. Way easier than this was. Up. And back. Down. Again. We're good. Grab a drink of water. Grab your weights. We are starting with standing. Standing strength exercises using the weights. The weights. First thing, nice and easy, we're going to do curls. Palms forward. If you need to in any of these, sit down. If you feel more comfortable doing these from a seated position, go for it. That's what's right for you. If you can, try to get into the standing position. It works a lot more muscles in the body. But if that strength's not there, it's not there. Palms forward, shoulder blades back. Don't let yourself roll like this with the weights out front pulling you down. You bring them up, shoulder blades back, little bend in the knee. As you do the curl, elbows stay next to the torso, up and back down again, using the muscles in the front of the arm to lift that weight up, those biceps muscles, and back down. We started 5 seconds ago. Keep the shoulder blades back. So what's going to happen here as you're doing this, shoulders are going to want to roll forward when you get down here, neck down, get yourself back in neutral position, hold yourself there. Weights from the ball of the foot to the heels and down. Up and back. 10 seconds left. We can get in 2 more. We have time. Take your time with this. Stop 3/4 of the way up. Feel those muscles working the entire time in the front of the arm. 1 more. Up. Hold. And back down. Again. Split squat. Feet are parallel, but stagger step. 1 leg out front, 1 leg out back. On that back leg, you got the heel up off the floor. You're going to go down. Knee stays over the ankle on that front leg as you come down. It's a piston move. You're coming right straight down, rolling that back leg, rolling that hip underneath the torso, and then raising up the heel, feeling the glutes and the hamstrings in the back of that back leg do all the work. Front leg is just there to keep you from falling on your nose. Ready, down, 5 seconds in, and bring it up. Stay on the ball of the foot. Don't go into the toes on this one. Toes are for balance. They'll be on the floor, but don't put the weight into them. It's really hard on the knees. Down and up. Squeeze those glutes. Feel that butt really tighten up. And up. Down. And up. 10 seconds left. And then we switch over. Roll that hip. Bring that heel up. Feel those muscles work in the back chain of that back leg. Down. Roll. And lift. 1 more. 1 more. Because we're having so much fun. Now you can take a break. Over to the other side we go. So same positioning. Feet are parallel. Back foot on the ball of the foot. Heels up off the floor. We're going to come right straight down. Roll the hip. Squeeze and come up. Let's do it. Down. So these are big muscle groups. Hamstrings, glutes, calf muscle, and up. You'll feel the quadriceps in that back leg working as well. Squeeze and bring it up. These are our mobility stability muscles. These are the ones that keep our hips straight as we walk. Down, roll. We protect the joints all the way from the hips down to the ankles, including the knees. The stronger we can keep the hips, the more we can keep those legs strong, the more we're going to have a better gait. We're going to stop dragging the leg up, being able to raise that heel, down, and up. It doesn't matter how far down you go. That's not really important at all. What's important is that you take your time coming up. You got that hip underneath, squeeze the glutes, and we're there. Next one. Palms facing in. This time, get the elbows back a little bit. Put a bend in those elbows. Start here. What we're going to do with the shoulder blades back is bring the arms up front, palms facing, and back down again. What you can do is after you've found out, oh, that's too easy. I'm not getting anything out of that. You want to feel this in the front of the shoulders, front of the shoulder socket, up and back down. You can start extending that elbow out just a little bit more. But please make sure that you're not letting those shoulders come forward as you do this or chin to chest. The other thing I like to do is bring the shoulders up at the same time. This is just working these muscles in the front. Muscles pull, they shorten, and that pulls the arm up and back down. If you raise the shoulders up, you're using these muscles, these trapezoids at the top of the shoulders to lift the shoulders. So that's not what we want. Just this deltoid in the front of the shoulder. Here we go. Up. Hold it. And back down. Weight stays in the ball of the feet. Balls of the feet to the heel. Remember, you got those shoulders back so that you're not pinching the front of that shoulder. You've got nerves that run through there. You don't want to pinch those. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. Up and back down. Keep your weight in the back half of the foot. If you bring the weights up and you feel yourself going into the toes, bring those elbows bent just a little bit more and back down. 10 seconds. Up. Hold. 2 more. 2 more. Up in front. Hold it there. And down. Last one. And bring it up. Stop. And back down. You're good. Set the weights down. Grab a drink of water. Take a break. We're going to the seated part of this. We will need 2 weights. I was just going to show something here that when we do a curl, we have a weight in both arms. If that's not right for you, you can take single weight, shoulder blades back, chest is out, and do the same thing right here, gripping onto the weight. That's a great forearm strength exercise as you're holding the weight on the outsides. Same thing with overhead press. If you don't want to put a weight in both hands, reach up through the middle, keep the elbows forward and back down. So a lot of these exercises you can do front raise, same thing, up and back down using a single weight. Again, there's lots of modifications. If you can't think of any, ask me. More than happy to help with all the modifications. There's a plethora of modifications. Go ahead and sit down. I'm going to bring my chair up a little more. I feel like I'm way in the back. All right. First thing we're going to do, weights on the thighs. Hold them right there. We're going to go into a march. But what's going to happen, and what usually happens, especially when you put weight there, is you're going to roll forward at the shoulders. As you try to pick that leg up, it's going to bring you forward. Get your butt out to the edge of the chair. Start by lifting the heels only. Up and up. Then little by little, you can work your foot off the floor, coming up on the toes and up, and then just barely bringing that toe up off the floor and up. Warming those muscles up, not going all out the first time. The other thing you want to make sure of, knees, toes, hips, all in alignment as you do this. Up and up. If the weight is too much, get rid of it. You don't need it. I'd rather have you out on the edge of the chair because you use a lot more muscles than if you're sitting all the way back and just picking the legs up. When you're out farther on that chair, you've got to use the core muscles. You're using more of those abs to hold you in place. Up and up. And what you should find is after those first couple, you're really able to get that leg up now. What you couldn't do it initially, you're able to do now. So it's better that you try the more challenging way with less weight than to take the easy way, go heavy weights, and then use the chair to do the work for you, to stabilize you. Up and up. And we're good. Hold right there. Hang on. We're not done yet. Bring that foot up, out, in, and down. So we warm those hip flexors up in front of the hips so that you could lift that leg up. Hold it. Toe is just barely off the floor. Extend, bring it in, and down. Be careful on this one. So 2 things happen. One is we lean into it, Makes it so much easier, but it also puts all sorts of stress on the lower back. The other thing we do is we lean back using our torso, using momentum and weight, ballast to bring us back. You want to stay right here in the middle, shoulder blades back. Just barely lift that foot up off the floor, out, in, and down. Again, doing it with the right form is more important than how much weight you can do. If you use too much, the body will find a way to cheat every time, or it'll hurt itself trying. Up, out, in, and down to the other side. Lift off, extend at the knee, bring it in and down. Getting tired, you can't maintain form, get rid of the weights. In and down, other side, bring it up, extend at the knee, bring it back in and down. We're good. So that one worked these quadriceps. This muscle in the top of the thigh tightens up, and when that gets shorter, that brings that lower leg up and then back down again. All right, next, we're going to leave the weights right here one more time. We're going to go up, out, in, and down. Couple things you can do on this one. When you bring that leg up, right there, leave the toe on the floor, glide it out, bring it back in, and then down. Another one you can do is pick the leg up, take it to the outside, toes off the floor, set it down, take a rest. Then come back up again, in and down. Be careful of, as that one leg goes out, don't let that other knee flare out. Hold it in place. Use those muscles on either side, inside and outside of the leg, to hold it in place. That's going to strengthen up the knee as well as all the muscles in the leg. All right. The other thing is don't let the knee go out to the side and the foot stays in the middle. There's all kinds of stuff. Out, in, and down. So it doesn't matter how wide you go. You're just working those muscles on the outside of the hip to get that external rotation in there, that leg out to the side. Feeling those muscles stretch on the inner thigh. Now we're using the inner thigh muscles to bring that leg back in again. And if the weight is too much, just get rid of it. But stay on the edge of the chair when you do this. Out and in and down, other side up. One more time. One more time. Denise, come back. Out, in, and down. Right here. Palms out, palms up, elbows at a 90 degree. We're just going to take arms out to the side, roll the shoulder blades back, and bring it back in. So what you're concentrating on is a couple things. Biceps, doing the work to hold the weights at a 90 degree angle. Shoulder blades, that's where the work happens, where the muscles contract, bringing those arms around to the side and back in. If this is hurting your shoulders, get rid of the weights. First, though, make sure your shoulder blades are back and the chest is out. If you're collapsed forward, you're putting a lot of stress on the front of that shoulder. Get the shoulder blades back, roll out, and roll in. Out and in. Right arm, right leg, right now, out and in. Other side up. Arm goes out, leg goes out. They come back into center. Remember that stationary leg, staying in alignment. Don't let it flare to the outside. Up, out, external rotation. Feel the shoulder blade working as that arm comes around, and then bring it all back to center. To the other side, up, out, in, and down. One more. Up, out, in, and down. Get rid of the weights. For now, you're going to be using them again. Denise, you keep leaving. All right, shoulder blades are back, chest is out. We're going to just one leg at a time, grab on behind the thigh. You're out on the edge of the chair. Lift that leg up. Hold it. Make sure you've got good posture here. Make sure the knee toe is on alignment, that it's not flared out like that. These inner thigh muscles get tight, keeping that foot in as the knee goes out. And back, inner thigh muscles are also get weak. And so the stronger muscles on the outside of the hip will pull, and then that foot stays in. Make sure you've got alignment and up. All we're doing is bring it up, not out. And back down, other side up. And back out. Grab onto the back of the chair. Chest is out. We're progressing. If any one of these is too hard, Go back to the previous one. Do the one that you like. Shoulder blades are back, chest is out. Bring that knee up as high as you can get it. Hold it without the shoulders going forward. That's why you're grabbing on to the back of the chair. So you've got shoulder blades back. It's picking that foot up and back down. Other side up. Squeeze it. Keep the knee at 90 as you do that. Don't let the leg collapse here. Keep working these quadricep muscles. Holding that lower leg, that knee at a 90-degree angle. And back down, up. You should feel this front of the hips as well as the quadriceps here, the front of the thighs, up and back. So that next place that you can go with this is not grabbing onto the back of the chair, using those muscles between the shoulder blades to hold them back, chest out, chin up, and just bring that leg up and back down nice and slow. Remember, heel comes up first, then the ball of the foot, slowly dropping it back down again, tapping the toe lightly, and then bringing the heel down. This is all about that control of the muscles. So they're stronger, but you're also working those fine motor muscles that control that smooth movement. Those big muscles are pretty clunky. It's those fine motor muscles that start to die off as we age because we don't use them as much. And we can bring them back. We can bring them back. We have the technology. And back down. You just got to use them. That's all there is to it. And back down. Again. Arms on the chest right here. As you bring the knee up, bring the torso around and then back again. So up, rotate. So if you can get a hip hinge in here as you rotate, that's perfect. Just don't let the shoulders go forward, chin to chest. Shoulder blades stay back. You rotate through the spine and then do a hip hinge and back up. So the spine is staying straight through this whole thing and just rotating and back up. Not looking for the knee. You're looking for the thigh. Down and up. Take it down. Bring it back up. You should feel this in the abs, lower abs especially. As you bring that foot up, crunch it, bring the shoulders down just a little bit and back up, or the whole torso comes down, keeping that back in a straight line and back up. Stationary leg stays flat on the floor and back up one more time. Down, crunch it, and back up again. We got another set of seated exercises, but I'm going to grab my water because we should always be hydrating. Doesn't matter who's exercising, we should always hydrate. Doesn't matter what the temperature is. If it's hot or cold, you're probably sweating either way. You just don't feel it when it's colder out. And you've got that heat wave blasting through there right now, so you want to make sure you're hydrating for that reason. All right, pick up your weights. Let's go back to the weights. 2 weights. Starting out with triceps kickbacks. Let me turn my chair again. Rolling the shoulders back, feet are out in front, everything's in alignment, feet are hip width apart, don't get them out too far. Right here, we're going to take and just hinge over the thighs. So hip hinge over the thighs, elbows back as far as you can get them, keeping the shoulder blades back, chest is out. Don't let yourself roll forward. It's really easy to do with this one. Shoulder blades squeeze together, arms are back, and bring them in. Only thing moving, you're hinging at the elbow. Don't lock out when you get to the back. Hold for a count, and then bring it back in again. Out, holding, and back. So you want a straight line from the back of the head, back of the skull, all the way to the tailbone. So it's not chin up looking out in front of you or at the ceiling. It's a straight line, so you're looking out maybe 5-7 feet, out there, out, off camera. Bring it back, squeeze, get those shoulder blades back again. You want to make sure, I'm talking to myself really, I want to make sure that I'm working those muscles between the shoulder blades, in and out. Bring it in and out one more time, right there. Elbows back, shoulder blades together, extend at the elbow, hold for a count, And in single weight, this one, we're going to do a seated sit-up. So I'm just going to leave the weights on my thighs for right now. So the upper body is where everything's happening here. Shoulder blades are back, chest is out. We're using these core muscles to pull forward, coming down to just a little bit of a front lean, not a lot, and then back again. As you're warming up with that, see if you can get back just a little farther and come forward, keeping those shoulder blades back. Normally, when you go forward, the shoulders are going to want to roll, chin to chest. You've got to keep that neutral posture as you come down. This is a hip hinge. Everything happening at the hips. All the hinging is happening at the hips. Hence hip hinge. Down. And back up. Don't push off the hands. They're just there resting right now. So where we can go with that, is grab the weight, hold it at the chest, coming back down and up. How far back you can go, it doesn't matter. You go where you can. If you find yourself starting to arch the back, arch the shoulders down towards the chest, back towards the back of the chair, don't go that far. You're compensating by putting weight forward. Feels like you're going farther back, you're not. It's just the lower back going down. Keep your form. Head stays straight. Spine all the way up into the base of the skull. Back. And up. Take your time with this. Don't make this quick jerk. When you get to the bottom, don't pop back up again. It's hard on the back. Stop. Completely stop. Shoulder blades are back. Keeping the spine in neutral position is so important for most of the exercises. Back. And neutral position is everything stacked. When you're seated, it's from the hips all the way to the head. Back and forward. Don't let the weight pull you forward when you get here. Slowly come down, feeling the weight shift into the feet, into the heels. Back one more time. And up. Let's stay with this weight. We're going to have mid-chest here. So in the last one, we had it up at the top of the chest. This one, we're going to have mid-chest. We're going to do a exercise for the outsides, the obliques, those diagonal muscles on the sides of the core that handle rotation. What we're going to do is roll the shoulders around, chin follows, head follows, and back to center. You're going to feel these muscles contract to pull you around. Don't let yourself roll forward. Don't let, as you twist, don't let the hips go with you. This is around to the side. Feel these muscles engage. All you want to do is feel them tighten up and then come out of it and then go to the other side. Same thing. Around and back up. So how you can make this a little more challenging is to come back just a little bit farther and make that rotation. But it's up to you. It's up to what your body can do right now, whether your musculature is what it'll let you do to hold form. Form is the most important piece on this, especially this Russian twist. If you roll forward and put a hunch in that spine and then do that rotation, you're going to feel it right in the lower back. This is a shoulders come around, rotating through the middle of the back and up, the thoracic spine, where all the rotation happens. You put the elbows out, that gives you just a little more. You can feel it even more. And bring it back up, around, and in. And you may just want to get rid of the weight and do it without the weight. And bring it up. Any tweaking in the lower back, get rid of the weight immediately. Oh, and you're there. Grab on to two weights. We're going back to these obliques. So we did those sit-ups, those seated sit-ups. Those work the upper and lower abs. Now what we're getting are these muscles on the outside, those oblique muscles. Again, part of the ab structure. Shoulder blades are back. And we're going to do is roll to the side. Again, spine in neutral position. All you want to do is stretch out the vertebrae on this side, not leaning forward, chin to chest, because now you're putting a forward lean into that and a side lean at the same time. And that's really putting a lot of stress on those vertebrae. So just to one side, bring it down. using the muscles on that opposite side, bring you back up nice and slow. And these muscles are doing all the work. Now on the contracted side, bringing you down. Head stays up, sorry. And back, spine in neutral position. Don't let the ear come down to the shoulder. Keep that straight with the spine down. Up, using the muscles on that far side. And bring it up. Feet are flat, shoulder blades are back. Alignment, neutral position. And up. One more time each side. Down and up. To the other side we go, Batman. Down, hold, and bring it back to the middle. Weights down. We're going to go to standing. You will need your chair, but you will also need a drink of water right now. I insist. No, I insist. Please have a drink of water. Who am I as a host if I don't offer you something to drink? I'm not supplying it, but I'm offering it. All right. You ready? We don't have a whole lot of time left. I want to work the hip. Got to try to get that in as much as possible. So we're going to do shoulder blades back. Hold on to that chair. This is not a balance exercise. This is a strength exercise for the outside of the hip. Neutral position, bringing that foot right straight out to the side. Foot is forward. It feels like you're leading with the heel. It feels like the heel's way out to the side, and it's not. Normally, if you do this, you're going to feel the muscles working. Squeeze them in the buttocks and on the outside of the hip. Bring it up and bring it back down again. Again, don't just lean to the side. That leg's not having to do any work at that point in time. You want the muscles on the side of that leg. Lift, hold, and back in nice and slow. Working those gluteal muscles. They are so important to our balance for walking, for standing, up, for lifting, going down in a squat, coming back up. Those glutes are just so important for everything that we do to maintain our balance, maintain our stability. Up. Feel that other hip working. You're right over that stationary leg. Last one. Out. And back in to the other side. Same thing. Shoulder blades are back. Chest is out. Find your neutral position first. Remember that leg, toes forward, but the legs are also in the same plane, right straight out to the side. And bring it back. If you don't feel it, if you can't feel it back here, you got to squeeze just a little bit harder, get that toe out or that heel out just a little bit more, and bring the foot back a little bit more. Not leaning, squeeze, and back in. You should not be able to get that leg very high. I've done this and I've seen people who go like this way up on the side. Usually the foot is forward and they're leaning the opposite direction. This is just up and out, leading with the heel, feeling the muscles working. Hips and glutes. Up and back in. Put the foot down if you need a rest for a second. Back up. Hold. And down one more time. Bring it up. And back down. So we have neglected these muscles in the back of the thighs. We're going to correct that right now. Going to grab onto the back of the chair. We're going to do hamstring curls or butt kickers. So a little bend in the knees. We're going to bring one foot right straight up. Knee stays pointed towards the floor. You will feel the muscles in the back of the thigh want to tighten up significantly. Back down. So you want it. You want to feel that tension in there. You want to feel those muscles grabbing on, engaging. Hold. And back down again. How high the heel comes does not matter. What matters is that you feel it in the back of the leg. Up. You can get that toe pointed towards the floor. And back down, you'll feel a stretch in the calf muscle as well. Up. Squeeze it. And back down. Two more. Two more on this side. Up. Make sure on that stationary leg, the toes pointed forward and that the knee has a little bit of a bend in it so that you're not stressing that knee joint out. And back down. So the knees are not meant to handle the weight of the body. The muscles around the knee joint are what should be doing that. We need to strengthen those up. Every time we lock that knee out backwards, where we just let it straighten out, pushing back a little bit, we're taking away from using the muscles, and we're working on that joint in a bad way. In a bad way. All right. Other side, shoulder blades back, heel up. Feel the great stretch in the front of the thigh as well on this one. Those quadriceps are stretching out. Knee points right down to the floor. Again, if you bring the knee forward so you can get the heel higher, you're not doing the work in those hamstrings. And down, up, toe point to the floor. Get that extra stretch in the back of the lower leg. And back down, bring it up. Toe down, squeeze it. And back. How about two more? How about two more? How about that? Up and back down. Bring it up. Squeeze, hold, and back down. Great exercise to do anytime. Let's go ahead and sit down. Anytime you're standing at the counter. If you're in the kitchen, you're doing something, you can be lifting those heels up, strengthening up those hamstrings. Those help you lift the leg too. Help get that heel up as you lift the leg. So when you walk, you're not dragging your feet. You want those muscles strong, calf muscles, all of it. All right. What are we doing? Oh, we haven't stretched out the ankles yet. I really want to do that. So first thing we're going to do is just take out, toes out, heels out, toes out, heels out. So remember, the rotation comes through the ankle, not through the knee. We don't turn the whole body to the side to make it happen or let that knee drop out. Knee stay straight, right forward, out, 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 and heel. Bring it in. Get those heels in as far as you can. And then bring the toes in as far as they'll go. Heels in, toes in. One more time. Out. Walk them out nice and slow. Take your time so you can get as much rotation through them as possible. And out. These are going to help you when you're walking on uneven surfaces. That ankle is able to adjust to keep you upright instead of staying stationary. And then if you hit something that's off level, the whole body just goes right over to the side. All right. Rotations. Grab onto the back of the thigh. Shoulder blades are back. Find your neutral position. Rotate the ankle. Go counterclockwise or whatever direction you go. Just remember the direction because now we're going to go the other way and around. Again, to the side, up, around, and down as far as you're able to go. And back down, other side, same thing. And if you have no movement through your ankles, if your ankles are just totally locked up and this is an impossible exercise for you, definitely check with a physical therapist or an OT, whatever that, or just your doctor to get you somewhere because you need that flexibility in the ankles. Otherwise, you are going to fall. Without this flexibility, it puts it at such a high risk of falling. And around and back, down again. All right, excuse me, a couple deep breaths. Down low, hands underneath the thighs. Keep the shoulder blades back. We're going to bring the arms up, starting with arms out to the side, shoulder blades back, and then you come up. Arms over the head as far as they'll go. Deep breath in through the nose, pushing the stomach out. Force it out. Consciously push it out as one piece of this exercise. And then contract the muscles in the core, forcing all the air out of the lungs. Coming down on top of the thighs. Again, shoulder blades are back. Bring it up, arms out. Use this momentum right here to bring you up. We're not looking for strength. We're looking for stretch here. Looking to get as much air in the lungs as possible, pushing the stomach out. And exhale, bringing the arms down. Thank you guys for being here. As always, I appreciate it. I will see you next week.